Greetings and salivations from the planet Vagina. This is your comrade, fellow guy man, Pussytron box tin can 45,683. I don't even know how to start this video off. I just tied a shirt around my head because my hair is in a weird phase right now, dude. It's like I hate white people hair, man, on a serious, because like this shit, like the only reason why it's standing down like this is because I was wearing a hat, but like any other time, right, it just sticks out like this until it grows out. So I'm just gonna put it back on my head because I don't want to look at myself until I get another haircut, or at least, I don't know. So, yeah, we're on planet Vagina, where there's much vagina to be found and impregnated with the sperm of the tin can alien people. I like saying shit that doesn't make sense because it throws people off, and I find it amusing, even though to most people it is not. To most people it is concerning. Anyways, no. So, I ended up quitting the one job that I had. I put in my 2 weeks. I sent my general manager a message saying, hey man, I'm gonna have to put in my 2 weeks. And I showed up the next day, and the day after, I just, like, that I was scheduled, I just didn't show up. So like, I don't know. Like, the thing is, when you put your 2 weeks in anywhere, they're gonna usually try to get rid of you. That's happened to me a few times, and I'm like, no, what, fuck it, dude. I'm not. I mean, it was more of a 1 day notice rather than a 2 week notice, and honestly, I kind of feel bad. Well, it's not that I feel bad. I just feel kind of like a coward because, like, you know, I just didn't show up, and my GM tried to call me. So, and I didn't answer. I was just hanging out with my little sister because I haven't got to see her since like Christmas. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, dude. I had to quit, man. That place was holding me back, and I hate saying that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I told most of the people there that I was already putting in my 2 weeks. But the thing is, right, one thing I'm not a fan of is, so I really did not want to quit. Like the only reason why I didn't want to is because I had a lot of people, well, everybody there is a friend of mine. Everybody at that place that I was working with were friends of mine. But the thing is, right, I was getting screwed out of money. Like, right off the bat, I was supposed to have been making like 15 to 20 bucks an hour just running food and busting tables and shit. Like, that was like the standard pay for somebody working in that position. But they were paying me way less than that. So essentially the whole deal was, so when I went over to the interview for that place, I was told, hey, within a week, or no, not within a week, within a month, we'll have you behind the bar as a counter person. You'll be taking orders, you'll be bartending a little bit, like, you know, having to make margaritas and pour drafts, shots, whatever, just shit like that. It wasn't like an actual bar, and it wasn't actually like full-blown bartending, but it was like, you know, novice level shit. So they're like, yeah, within a month we can have you up there. So until then, we're gonna have to pay you $12 an hour, so that way we don't have to switch it back, or that way we won't have to switch it to that when you're behind there. And I was like, all right, that's fine. A month goes by, nothing happens. I ask about it, nothing happens. I asked a few times and nothing happened, right? And I need to get the bills paid, you know. And fucking I was making like roughly like 50, 60 bucks a day. And transportation costs quite a bit. There's just a lot of expenses that I have that I can't keep up with, dude. Like, it's like fucking like $300 for a single grocery trip for food to last a week. So, you know, I was kind of being stiffed, which sucked. And I was working 7 days a week at a point too. I'm not really good at math magicianizing it, but I spent fucking half of my check every couple of weeks just to go to work. I was paying just to go to work. And yeah. Another thing is too, is that I was told, like, okay, so I was looking for a second job to get on top of that one. I Except since that job doesn't pay a lot, I was gonna switch from full time to part time. And when I brought that up to the general manager, he said he'd have to replace me, and I'm like, oh fuck that. And another thing is too, right? He said he would have to replace me again after I was late one time, and I was like, all right, fine. That was like a few days ago. Like, I live kind of far out, not far out, but like I don't have a car, so it's kind of a bitch getting to and from there. That's where most of my money goes, besides like nicotine. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got subscriptions too. I got a whole bunch of shit I got to take care of, and this one job doesn't do it. So, yeah, I had to quit. This other job, I'm making like, dude, I'm making like 100 to a couple hundred a night, depending on how busy it is and depending on my service. You know, like tonight I made like $109. So, you know, that's like double the amount I would make in a fucking day, and I made it within like what, like less than 6 hours. You know what I mean? So, fuck, I got to do what's best for me. But at the same time, like, I just dipped out and didn't say anything besides, like, hey, I'm putting in my 2 weeks, you know? Like, it's cowardly in the sense of, like, I built a bond in a relationship with all these people, and I just dipped out without really, you know? It is what it is, though. Because the fact that I didn't show up that one time, there's no way in hell, dude, that they're probably gonna just fire me. So I figured, fuck it. You know, I'm quitting so that way you don't fire me. You know, it's too late to take that back now. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into I know I got a big forehead. I'm not gonna get into like the personals of it. But yeah.